The old Victorian house stood shrouded in silence. Cobwebs clung to the eaves like ghostly shrouds. Inside, dust lay thick, undisturbed for decades. It was in the attic, amidst forgotten relics and shadows, that I found it. The chair. Its mahogany frame, though battered, hinted at a former grandeur. The velvet upholstery, faded and worn, was a deep crimson, almost black in the attic's gloom. I felt an immediate, inexplicable draw towards it. A chill ran down my spine as I reached out to touch its cold, smooth surface. Even covered in dust, it was beautiful. I knew I had to have it. The antique dealer in the village, a woman with eyes as old as time, looked at me with concern when I brought her the chair. "Be careful with that one," she warned, her voice a hushed rasp. "It has a history." She told me of the chair's origins. It was commissioned in the 1800s by a wealthy baron for his wife, but tragedy struck. The baroness, young and full of life, died suddenly in the chair itself. Some say it was a heart attack, others whisper of poison. Whatever the cause, her presence, they say, lingered, attached to the chair, waiting. I dismissed the stories as folklore, old wives' tales, until that night. I was reading in my study, the chair positioned beside the fireplace. The fire crackled, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Suddenly the temperature in the room plummeted. A cold hand seemed to brush my neck. I turned, heart pounding. There was nothing there. But the chair, it felt different. Colder, as if radiating an icy aura. I tried to shake off the feeling, but a deep unease settled over me. Something wasn't right. The incidents continued. Objects moved in the dead of night. Whispers seemed to emanate from the empty chair. My dog refused to enter the room, whimpering at the door. I started having nightmares, vivid and disturbing, always featuring the chair and a shadowy figure within it. Friends who visited reported strange occurrences, a feeling of being watched, of unseen hands tugging at their clothes. One friend, a skeptic by nature, left pale and shaken, refusing to ever return. He wouldn't say what he had seen, but I knew. It was the chair, and it was growing stronger. One evening, I was home alone. A storm raged outside, rain lashing against the windows. I was sitting in my study, trying to ignore the growing sense of dread that had become my constant companion. Then it happened. The room grew instantly, unbearably cold. The air crackled with static, and in the chair I saw her, a woman, her face obscured by shadow, but her eyes, those eyes burned with a cold, malevolent light. I was paralyzed with fear. The apparition vanished as quickly as it appeared. I stumbled back, heart pounding against my ribs. The room was freezing, the air thick with a palpable sense of dread. I knew I couldn't stay in the house, not with that thing in it. I grabbed my coat and fled into the stormy night, seeking solace in the company of others, in the brightly lit warmth of a local diner. But the image of the woman, her eyes burning with an eerie light, remained seared into my mind. I knew then that the stories were true. The chair was haunted. Days turned into weeks. I stayed away from the house, unable to face the chilling reality that awaited me within its walls. The antique dealer's warnings echoed in my mind. "Be careful," she had said. "It has a history." Now I understood the gravity of her words. The chair wasn't just haunted, it was hungry. It fed on fear, on despair. And I was its latest target. Its grip on me tightened with each passing day, its icy tendrils reaching out from the darkness, pulling me back towards it. I was trapped. I tried to rid myself of the chair. I attempted to burn it, but the flames seemed to shy away from its polished wood. I tried to give it away, but no one would take it. The stories of the haunted chair had spread like wildfire through the village. I was stuck with it, bound to it by some unseen force. The woman's presence grew stronger, her icy touch a constant reminder of the darkness that clung to me, that seeped into my very being. I was losing myself. Desperate, I decided to sell the chair, not to an individual but to the highest bidder. Perhaps someone, somewhere would be strong enough to resist its pull, or foolish enough to ignore the warnings. The auction is tomorrow. I can only hope that whoever wins is prepared for the darkness that comes with owning the haunted chair. As for me, I can only wait and pray that this will finally break the chair's hold on me. But deep down, I know the truth. Some things can never be truly escaped. The chair will have its due. It's only a matter of time.